Ring ring.
Hello.
Hey Rebecca, how are you?
Good. Nice to hear from you, Alex.
Yeah. I'm sorry we haven't talked in a while. I've been pretty busy working on election stuff, which is actually why I'm calling you. I want to talk to you about the election, um, but I also just want to like check in with you and see how you're doing and how you're feeling about it.
Yeah, totally. It's election soon. Feeling kind of stressed.
Yeah,
Pretty worried.
yeah, yeah. I am too. It's like coming up really fast, and I definitely feel that every day. Um, do you feel like you are like empowered to do something about it, or how are you feeling?
Oh God. No. I think I feel like I'll go vote. Um, and like pray that Donald Trump leaves office. But yeah, no, I've been pretty busy, so I haven't. Yeah, I'm not really sure what else like there is to do.
Yeah, yeah, I totally feel that, and like I don't know about you, but I feel like just voting in the presidential election does not feel like I'm doing enough, and voting in general just kind of to me feels like there's so much more I could do. Um, and so I'm definitely going to be to voting in the election to defeat Donald Trump because I think we absolutely need to for like our well-being and our future. But I also know that like after the election, our generation and all of our friends are going to have to be ready to like take to the streets and protest and support communities um, who are being harmed and whose votes are like actively being suppressed. Yeah, I know that like we do have to vote, but we also have to be ready to take care of each other and to like protest in the streets. Um, what are you thinking about that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree. I think I'm just like not really sure what I can do, I guess. Um, yeah, don't have like a ton of time, but I'm definitely worried about the election.
Yeah. Yeah, well, part of why I wanted to call is because I wanted to ask you if you will pledge to vote with the Sunrise Movement. As you know, I do a lot of work with Sunrise, and being part of Sunrise is actually one of the only things that makes me feel like I am like empowered and part of a larger community who can do something about the election and afterwards. So yeah, I wanted to ask you to pledge to vote with us, but then also to pledge to like take to the streets after the election.
I'm definitely down to pledge, but what does take to the streets mean?
It will mean like a lot of different things depending on where we are. So um, it could mean like going out and showing up to protest in a community that whose vote is like being what's the word, like whose votes aren't being counted or like are explicitly being kind of like thrown away. Like it might mean yeah, going out to protest in support of a community, or like what we're also planning a lot of actions to target Joe Biden if he wins, hopefully, to like push him to pass a Green New Deal and push him to like be the progressive leader we want. And if Donald Trump does win, which we're really hoping he doesn't and are trying to prevent, it will mean like really taking to the streets to, yeah, to show him he can't keep doing what he's been doing in the last 4 years.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know exactly like what my schedule or anything is like post election, but I'm like I think we'd be down to show up to something. Um, so yeah, I would pledge.
Okay, cool. Great. Well, I'll send you the link that you can pledge to vote at after we get off the phone. But I also wanted to ask if you will this Thursday come to a swing state turnout party. A lot of people all over the state are calling their friends and having conversations like this one and talking about how scared we are of the election and like how we need each other and how we need to all pledge to vote with each other and also like be ready to take to the streets. So yeah, will you come this Thursday to the party and like make calls to your friends with me?
Oh, I don't know. That sounds a little scary. What am I? So I would just like call friends and be like, "Hey, are you voting?"
Yeah, so it's basically that, which sounds scary, but it's actually like something that we all already do is like talk to each other about how we're feeling and about the election. It's just like I know it's something that like you talk to your friends about already. Um, so it's just like doing that and also asking them to like come be part of the Sunrise Movement and like be empowered to do something as part of a group. And there's also a training at the beginning of each one, so we'll show you how to make these calls most effectively.
And it's like it helps people just like turn out to vote.
Yeah, so it helps like especially get young people to turn out to vote, which is really important. Young people make up the largest percentage of voters in this election, so just talking to each other is actually like incredibly effective and can really help beat Donald Trump. But it's also like long term bringing people into the movement to get ready to like take to the streets and throw down, like we were talking about.
Um, yeah, I guess I'll try. I'll try one. I'm a little hesitant, but I could come to the next one and just kind of see how it goes.
Yeah, yeah, just try it and we can like talk after about how you felt.
Okay, cool.
Well, I'll send you that link too.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, cool. Well, we should also just like hang out soon.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay, cool. Maybe we can hang out like after the party, talk about how it went.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, cool. I'll talk to you then.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hello?
Hey, Alex, it's Rebecca. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Um, I'm doing all right. Also, I'm huddled up in a sweatshirt because it's pretty cold. So I'm sure you also probably know. Um, but yeah, I'm actually giving you a call because I'm at this thing called a turnout party, which is like this weird thing where a whole bunch of people just like hop on Zoom and call their friends, talk about the election and about if they're voting. And I know we've talked about this a bit, but just like, yeah, kind of wanted to like check in and see how you're doing and also like see kind of like what you're thinking about the election.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I feel like we are in a really bad place and in a really dangerous situation. And I also just like don't feel like my vote is going to do anything to change that. I don't think that like my vote really has any influence, and I also don't think that Joe Biden is someone that's going to stand up for us or like make anything better or change the system that needs to be changed.
Yeah. And yeah, I know we talked about this bit, but I like totally feel that. I think I will likely grit my teeth as I'm voting for Joe Biden. Because I think I like totally hear the like it just kind of sucks. Like Joe Biden is the worst. Like actually, like yeah, really sucks. And I think I have been thinking a lot about like what it is that I care about coming out of this like election. And you kind of mentioned that like you don't think like Joe Biden will make the changes that we need. I'm just kind of curious, like what are those changes that you like really just want to see?
Um, I mean, I think it's really clear that we need to defund police departments and that police departments are hurting our communities, and he has explicitly said he's not in support of that. And also, like, climate change is coming at us really fast, and I don't think that he understands or cares about that and is gonna like make the big changes that we need fast enough.
Yeah, I totally hear that. And I think that those are actually like two main reasons why. Like I don't know if you remember like when the DNC was here, like I don't even remember how many weeks ago it was. What's time now? But I just remember I was like listening in on some of their like their trainings that they are having for voters, and they kept talking about like, do this for Joe Biden, and I was like, fuck no, I just like can't do that. And it's actually like big reason why I'm making calls with Sunrise and like calling you specifically, because I know that you've like shared, and I've just like seen you share a lot of things on Instagram that I really like agree with, and I've been thinking a lot about how much like I'm calling people to see if they're voting for Joe Biden so that like I have the chance to push him and like demand things of someone who like might actually give in. And so I'm like really trying to call people and see like specifically on this pledge, it's like a pledge to vote and take to the streets. So it's like asking people to go vote and then like join us in the streets immediately, whether or not that's like demanding that Trump leave office if he refuses to, or like taking to the streets and demanding a Green New Deal like 2 weeks after the election, and really clearly being like, hey, Joe Biden, like you have to enact this, like we're the young people of Wisconsin who elected you, like your turn to serve us. And just like curious if you thought at all kind of about that, of like how if we get Joe in office, we can like push him really, really fucking hard.
Yeah, I mean, do you really think he's going to listen to us, though?
I think he probably won't listen that much, but I was reflecting that, like, I don't know about you, but like, I think we both mostly became political in the last like 4 years. And I was like, fuck, I've never actually organized around climate change under someone other than Donald Trump. And I was like, it would be pretty remarkable to be able to like push the House and the Senate really far left and then have a president who isn't like automatically going to veto something, and like have seen how much he's already like bowed to movement pressure, and just like feel the hope that if we're able to like leading up this election build a movement instead of just like votes, that we could like we have the best shot that we're ever going to have to like give ourselves a livable future and present.
Yeah. I mean, I think like the main reason I don't feel strongly, or that I think the main reason that I feel like my vote doesn't matter is because it's like one vote, nobody's going to listen to it. And I just like feel so lost and overwhelmed and like I don't know what to do by myself. But I guess like what you're talking about is being part of like a collective, being part of a group that is like joining together to put pressure on him.
Yeah, and I think that like being one person and just voting, feeling really small, is like a feeling I vibe with completely. And like I'm wondering if actually you want to like kind of, if you'd like to like join us and like pledge to vote, but then like we both know that voting is really far from where political like being a political citizen can end if we like actually want to see the changes we want made. And I'd like love to have you help us like planning actions or like showing up and getting more people to come so we can like really build up our people power in Wisconsin. Would you be down to like pledge to vote and maybe like help us do some of this work of like how do we actually build a coalition of people who's ready to take to the streets after the election?
Yeah, I mean, I think I feel a lot more, I feel like we have a lot more power in actions and in being in the streets.
Totally.
I'm interested in being part of that for sure.
Yeah, would you be down to sign this pledge to vote and take to the streets with us, and then like come to our next hub meeting? It's gonna be on Monday at 6:30, and we'll like really be mostly like how can we build enough power to hold Joe Biden and all of our people in Wisconsin's like feet to the fire and really make real change.
All right. Yeah, if you send me the information, I'll look at it for sure.
Cool. I'll send it to you, and we'll send you the info about the hub meeting. It'd be like really great to have you join us.
All right. I'll look at it.
All right. Cool. I'll send you right, and I'll follow up with you after.
Okay, cool.
Cool. All right.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah. Bye.